Hey, Sam here, and this is the BatKnight BK75. It's a 75% tri-mode keyboard with a price of only $79 and I think it has a feature some of you may like. Before I show the keyboard, here's what's included in the box. There is a 2-in-1 switch and keycap puller, a pretty thick Type A to Type C cable that has metal connectors, 2 extra keycaps, 2 spare switches, and a pair of spare clips for the cover. So the keyboard comes with a cover attached and it turns into a wrist rest when open. I think it's a neat feature and it doesn't add a lot of weight to the keyboard as it's only 1.3 kilograms or 2.9 pounds with the cover attached. And if you're wondering, the cover can be removed if you want to. You just need to remove the 2 clips from the bottom, and with that piece removed, the keyboard now looks normal. Underneath the cover, it's the typical 75% layout with a knob as you can see. I have the glory black variant here, but it's also available in milk white or with side printed keycaps if you are into that. Here's how it looks from the side. The cover opens up like this and it sits flush with the keyboard even with the height adjustable feet in use. So you don't have to worry about any clearance issues with the wrist rest. On the right side it's the same and there's a slot here for the 2.4 GHz dongle. There's nothing on the front, just the slot for the clips, and on the back there's the on-off switch, the Type-C connection port, and the Windows and Mac toggle on the left side. On the bottom there's 4 rubber feet, the height adjustable feet previously shown, and a badge in the middle with the name and branding of the keyboard. The BK75 has per key RGB, and as usual there's already a few effects pre-programmed into the keyboard. Here are a few examples of the RGB effects and I think they look pretty good. There's also the BK75 keyboard software where you can adjust the lighting even more, configure all of the keys on the keyboard, manage your macros if you have any, and access other settings like the latency, polling rate, sleep time, and even more all in here. Alright, for the keycaps there are 2 versions available. There's the side printed keycaps that are in a gradient colorway and they have shine through legends. The ones I have here are double shot PBT cherry profile keycaps with the legends on top. I think they look pretty good, and from what I can see the double shot here is consistent, so the legends are sharp and neat. The colors of the PBT are saturated and they don't look faded, and the black is dark too. Thickness wise, it's around 1.2 to 1.3 mm, which is pretty standard for double shot PBT keycaps. The knob is detachable as well and has an inner diameter of 6 mm, so keep that in mind if you want to change the knob. The switches are from BatKnight themselves. It's called the BatKnight Orchid V2 and it's a linear switch that actuates at 40 grams and bottoms out at 50. The switch feels pretty smooth as it comes with a generous amount of factory lube as you can see, and it also has an LED diffuser. The PCB is 5-pin hot swap with a south-facing layout. So if you want to change the switches and keycaps, there's nothing to really worry about. The stabilizers here are plate mounted and they come already tuned and lubed, so they sound great out of the box, no complaints from me. And I like that they added some silicone to the spacebar to help dampen the sound. To access the components inside, you don't need a screwdriver because the case is held together with clips. So once you remove the knob and the cover, you can just use a pry tool to open all of the clips. And remember to unplug the battery and the daughter board too before taking everything out. Okay, here are all of the parts and components of the keyboard. The cover or the wrist rest has an aluminum alloy surface which does attract smudges easily as you can see. Here is the top part of the case. It has all of the cutouts and a metal cover on top. This metal piece is attached with these magnets on the bottom so you can easily remove and attach it. These small pieces you see here are the LED indicator diffusers. They are really small, so keep them properly, you don't want to lose them. In the bottom part of the case, there's a PET insulation film together with the Poron case foam and a really thick piece of silicone surrounding the 4000 mAh battery and daughterboard to help dampen the typing noise. In between the plate and PCB, there's another PET film, an IXPE switch pad, and a piece of Poron plate foam, all to make this keyboard sound awesome. The plate here is polycarbonate and has flex cuts, so it really flexes a lot. The PCB is also flexible due to the flex cuts, and it's gasket mounted with these silicone nibs on the sides of the PCB. The flex cuts and silicone gaskets results in the keyboard having a decent flex, so you do get a softer typing experience with this keyboard. The hot swap sockets here are blue in color. I'm not sure which manufacturer it's from, but it does resemble a TTC hot swap socket. Honestly, I'm really impressed with everything included. I wasn't expecting this from an $80 keyboard. Anyways, here is the typing sound test of the BatKnight BK75. Alright, here are my final thoughts. The BatKnight BK75 is a solid keyboard that sounds amazing. For $79 I really think it's a steal, and it even has a pretty cool gimmick to top that all off. I really like how they integrated the cover and wrist rest, which apparently can act as a stand as well if you want to display the keyboard. So if you are interested in the BatKnight BK75, it will be available in the description below for you. And that does it for this video. Thanks to Velocifiretech for the keyboard, and thank you for watching. Leave a like on the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, and remember to subscribe if you haven't. See you in the next one.